Hello. How much house can you now afford with the new stress test? The fact is, since June 1st, you're going to qualify for a smaller mortgage. There's no way around it, as the stress test has risen from 4.79% to 5.25%. I'm Andrew McKay of Remax by the Bay, and today we're going to look at what the stress test is, why it was brought in, and what effect it's going to have. If you have any questions or comments or likes, please use the space below, whichever social media you're watching on. The feedback's always welcome. But first of all, mortgages. You're going to need to speak to an expert. Now, the two main avenues to go are either a mortgage broker who has access to several different lenders, or many people prefer just to deal with a sole lender. They may bank with them, and one of the big boys like RBC or CIBC. Dave Skinner with CIBC, he's a mortgage advisor in Stayner, has given me this. If anybody wants a copy, they've got some excellent rates, as everybody has. But more importantly, they're offering up to $3,000 cash back and also a $500 reimbursement on legal fees. So at a time where cash is at a premium when you're getting your mortgage and buying a new home, that's always welcome. Very easy to get started. You just need a government issued ID, driver's license or passport, your SIN number, income documents, a letter of employment, pay stubs, 2 years notice of assessment, confirmation of your down payment, and agree to e-signatures as we're using now during the pandemic, and then you can get started. Anyway, back to the stress test. On June 1st this year, 2021, it went up from 4.79% to 5.25%. What this means is, even though the rate you pay may hover in around 2 to 2.5%, you have to qualify as if the rate was 5.25%. It came in 2 or 3 years ago at 4.79 to cool the market, and it did then because it was a bit of a shock. It's been raised to try and cool the market again, but we'll speak about that in a little while. What it means in real money is you're going to qualify for a mortgage for a house that's worth about 5% less than it was on May 30th. So your buying power through the mortgage has come down 5%. In real money, to make the math easy, if somebody's earning 100,000 per annum, and presuming your debt ratios, etc., okay, you used to be able to qualify for a mortgage for a house at 500,000. That's now 475,000. So about you've got 5% less money in your back pocket to go out shopping for a house. It's been bought in to try and cool the market. As I said, the first is 2017-2018. It was initially bought in at 4.79, and it did have an effect, so it's quite a shock. This time it's gone up under 0.5%, which, yes, it will have an effect. How much it'll cool the market is open to debate. It's going to affect people who are really stretching to buy that house, and generally that means first-time home buyers. So I think we all remember when we bought our first home, we really stretched and we needed every penny. That 5% less buying power will mean for a lot of first-time home buyers, they may have to save more, they may come out of the market, they can't get the house they want. So it's in that area I think it's going to really have an effect, and that will bump on. The first-time home buyers are critical for coming in to get the market started. You know, if you're putting 20-30% down on a house by selling your house with equity, now you may have to put 35% down and you'll still get the mortgage. But first-time home buyers are really normally stretched, so the effect of that will be knock on and go up. So how much it's going to cool the market is open to debate, but it will definitely have an effect, and you need to be very aware of it, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, when you're doing your sums, when you're going out looking at homes. The best advice is get pre-qualified, know what you can afford before you even start looking at homes. Otherwise you may be looking at something you can't afford, you get disappointed, what you can afford doesn't seem as nice. So getting pre-qualified, knowing your budget is critical. That's it in a nutshell. It's gone up from 4.79% to 5.25%. You're going to qualify for about 5% less of a mortgage. It's going to affect first-time home buyers, and it's here. It came in June the 1st. If you have any questions, please do contact me. Cheers.